Like I see it, I recognize it. I'm like, I do that too. But like, you take it to a whole other level.
Good morning, Wilmington. What an amazing, amazing day to have our CicLAvia right here in Wilmington. My name is Romel Pasquale. I'm the head of CicLAvia. And this is probably the fourth time that we've been, fourth time that we've been here in Wilmington. How exciting is that? You know, CicLAvia, when we first started in 2010, was essentially, you know, it was one of those dreams that Angelenos had when they went to Bogota and saw the original CicLAvia, which celebrates its 50th anniversary this year. So imagine 50, that was 1974. That's when the CicLAvia movement started. And through the vision of a handful of Angelenos who founded CicLAvia, they brought that vision here, and we are 53 events in the making. Wow. So how amazing is that to have CicLAvia in Los Angeles 53 times, and by the end of the year, we'll be close to 60. That is amazing. And so I'd like to introduce Israel Rojas, who's our chair of CicLAvia. And you know, today, again, is gonna be an amazing day. It's our CicLAmini, 2.25 miles of open streets where you can experience the shops, the culture, the vibrancy of what makes Wilmington special. With that, I'll introduce Israel Ross.
Good morning. So I imagine if my family had moved and immigrated to LA, they might have come to a place like Wilmington, a place full of young immigrant families. But 30 years ago, when they moved to Seattle and moved to the outskirts of the city in a mobile home park, much like the ones you find here in Wilmington, the one difference I notice is our neighborhood didn't have as many oil refineries in the area. And I learned recently that there's more than 3 times as much land dedicated to oil refineries as there is open green space here in Wilmington. And 1 CicLAmini or 4 CicLAminis, you know, that's not gonna change that fact, not immediately. But creating these miles of open streets, if only temporary, that's how we facilitate a conversation about the future of our neighborhoods and the future of our cities. And as I'm here with my daughter, the future of our children. We at CicLAvia, we believe all children, all residents, all families should have access to safe, open streets. And although this transformation of the streets today is temporary, we know that the transformation of the spirit endures. When you see these streets open, accessible, with children riding and biking and laughing, and you see all that joy, right? You begin to see your streets differently, permanently. You realize that these streets are not just, you see them not just for what they are, but for what they could be. A place of connection, a place of harmony, and a place of joy. And so we're thankful for all of the sponsors, for all of your participation, for making this day possible and continuing this conversation forward about how we want to reshape the future of our streets and the future of our city. Thank you.
Thank you so much. My name is Tim McCosker. I'm the councilman of the 1-5. We call it the 1-5 now because we are 1 district, 5 beloved communities. I do represent Watts, where we had a CicLAmini. It was really fantastic. The Gateway, Harbor City, San Pedro, and our beloved community of Wilmington. And we call it the 1-5 because it's important, and as Israel said, it's important to make sure we are lifting up every single community and no community gets left out. And here in Wilmington, we do face undue burdens, undue hardships, undue environmental challenges that come from the port and come from heavy industry. Totally accurate and true, and something we need to fight against every single day. We need to green up the way that we conduct ourselves. We need to make sure that we're closing abandoned wells. We need to make sure we're creating healthy spaces. And it is so true that it is an inspiration to legislators to do things like opening up these public spaces and saying, come on out and let's have young and old and everybody in between, everybody enjoy these public spaces so we can take them back and make them healthy and make them happy and make them places of joy rather than places of danger. Because cars moving fast, especially in a community where we have so many folks that are walking to their daily needs, walking to the store, walking to get the things that they need for everyday life. And we have a higher incident of pedestrian injuries with vehicles in this community than anywhere else. And so we're pushing, I thank you very much, the Department of Transportation, pushing back on that. I will also say this is a wonderful community. We're gonna see so many great people out today. We're going to see so many great organizations, not the least of which is our neighborhood council. Alicia Balthazar is here representing our neighborhood council. They will be tabling, they will be giving out goodies, they'll be doing fun things. If we get lucky, Alicia might have baked something for us today. And if not, she can just send it over to me. Anyway, thank you so much for being back in our beloved Wilmington and doing this CicLAmini, because I will say there's probably no street more beautiful. Look to my right, to your left. There's no street more beautiful and has more potential than Avalon in Wilmington. Look at this beautiful street. Look at those beautiful palm trees that came to us. Actually, they were planted for the Olympics in the 30s. And they themselves are historic living things in the city of Los Angeles. And so let's enjoy them today. Let's make sure that we take back our space. Let's be safe, let's be happy, and let's be healthy. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Good morning, Wilmington. I am so excited to be here with you today to help kick off this 52nd CicLAvia event, our fourth here in Wilmington, which I think now makes it a classic and means that we're here to stay. I am so proud that LADOT has been a leader in hosting open street events from the very beginning. It is events like this, like CicLAvia's, that allows communities to reimagine their streets, to reimagine how they connect with their community, to visit that local business, to stop and grab a bite to eat at a local restaurant, to see a neighbor that perhaps you haven't seen in quite some time. It is events like this that LADOT is committed to continuing to put forward, that allow us to, again, re-envision our community. But we're also committed to safer streets in general. We're committed to continuing to work with community and leaders to install infrastructure similar to what we've implemented in recent years along Anaheim that make our streets safer, that make them welcoming and more inviting for all users. So important that we think about those amongst us that walk, that the children who are getting to school, the grandparent who maybe is picking up your child from school, and making sure that as we're designing and rethinking our public space, we're thinking of those users. And that is what we at DOT are committed to doing and continuing to work towards. Today's event would not be possible without a great team effort. And so I want to take a moment to just thank Romel and CicLAvia for your continued collaboration. Without that partnership, we would not be here today. I want to take a moment to thank the leadership of Councilmember McCosker, who continues to push for safer streets, continues to challenge us to rethink about how we respond to community in an effort to make our streets safer. And I want to take a moment to thank the very talented and dedicated men and women of the Los Angeles Department of Transportation, who day in and day out look and rethink how we use our streets, who and work with you to translate your vision for safer streets and make them a reality, and who have been here since early this morning making sure that this event would be a success. So as you're out there today, walking, biking, strolling, whether you're by yourself, with a pet, with your child, please take a moment, not just to enjoy the experience, but to really think about how this can become the norm. I look forward to working with all of you and the council member and CicLAvia in continued efforts like this. Thank you so much.
Marching Cougars.
Yo, slick, flow.
Out of my mind, that's why it's hard for me to find. Can't get it out of my head. Miss her, kiss her, love her.
Rock, move, you dead.
That girl is poison.
Hey!
She's dangerous.
Poison! Poison! Poison!
Did you really see it? Yeah, definitely.